Good foggy morning to you. Today is it's crisp outside. It's 54 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Nice little hoodie. This is one of my favorite times of year. Oh, there's a lot of favorite times. Excuse me. It's nice and cool. Today it's going to be in the 70s Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is Celsius. I'm sorry. It's just great working weather. Today I'm going to put the primer on the Vardo, and Sandy and Lauren are still picking out the colors. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be some fun colors. There'll be doors over here. There'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doors on each side that will be hinged, and they'll be hinged to open this way so that when the wind is blowing or when you're going down the road, it'll keep it shut. It'll have a latch anyway. But over on the other side where the propane tank will be, right over there, it'll be just a screen and mesh door so that it can allow any, if there's a leak, it'll allow it to leak out. So anyway, I'm going to prime everything gray. I'm going to do the front first because I want to build that deck. And it will be a flip-up deck. It'll come out about this far. One of you folks mentioned, and I appreciate your comments, by the way, the crank comes way over to here. I didn't even think of that. And if the deck is 2 feet, you won't be able to crank. So I am going to make it flip up. I think it'll be a lot smoother. The stairs will come down here, and those will be on a hinge so that when it tips up, the stairs will just flip underneath. So when you lower it, just as you lower it, pull the stair out, and you'll be good to go. So without much further ado, oh, and Kaya, hey, Kaya, come here, pup. Occasionally, I let Kaya on the leash outside the pen so she can do her business outside. And then I'll let her inside and she runs around and plays with toys. So she also has a food dish and water and everything. Okay, off to painting. Let's go, Kaya. We're going to go paint. The primer is a little bit boring looking, but when we get the colors, oh, it's going to be really pretty. This is it, the first bit of paint on the Vardo. Oh, it matches the garage, the shop. And side 2. So I'm going to prime, even though this is going to be a roof, I'm going to prime it just to seal it up. I still have to sheathe all of these openings so that then I can build the doors to go outside of that. These, I don't know if you can see that from over there, where the 2 sheets came together. There's going to be battens wherever they can go. They'll be about 2 feet apart so that they'll catch a stud on the inside. Side 2, that was about 3 minutes. That didn't take long at all. we'll go around to the other side and paint that, prime it. This little roof, I don't know if I've mentioned it, it's going to have black metal on it. I'll bend it on the metal brake and it'll fit right there, so when the snow or rain or hail or sleet comes down, it'll just hit that and bounce out. Somebody mentioned about the strength of this, just using a 2x4 ripped in half. It's plenty strong. There's no movement to it at all. And it's such a small structure, there's not a lot of weight bearing. And just trying to keep the weight down for travel. I can picture I'm not sure what they're going to do with colors, but with each door will be framed, so it'll have a panel and trim around it. I can picture it being different colors. I don't know what, because I'm not a color person, but they are. All right, side 3. I won't bore you with the back side. I'll finish that, and hopefully by then this will have dried out enough so we can build this fold-up deck. Yes, fold up. I know, I wasn't going to, but I think it's the thing to do. Thanks to you all's input. Oh, no. Oh. This will have 2 coats of the finish paint on it, and I'm going to do the body first before I do any of the trim work. It's a lot easier to do it that way. Okay, to the back. All right, so I'm started on building this deck, and it's going to be a fold-up deck. It's going to be attached so that with this attached, the trailer or the Vardo will not come off the trailer. It won't slide off because this is going to extend down, almost touching this. It's only going to be held on with these headlock bolts, screws. They're 4.5 inch. They're super strong. So I'll use that to secure this to the Vardo. And so I had to notch around this part. I've already done that. And I've made a mark, or I've set a screw. This is how far I want to go, left or right. And this represents the height. So, let's see. And apparently I got into the paint already. All right. That's where I want to be. So I'll set this screw right now. Nice, yeah. Pull this up. Oh, it's squeezed right in there, nice and tight. Good, okay. So that's at the good height. It's just below the threshold for this. The deck is actually going to sit down even lower, and it will be on these hinges. Massive. These are super heavy-duty hinges. And I haven't located exactly where they'll be, but there'll be 3 of them. So we can hinge the deck up. I'm going to have probably 5 of these. That should be plenty. I like these Torx bits. Those are nice. All right, so I took this. This is the length of the deck, and this will be the plate against that will be on hinges against this. So I had to figure out, this still stuck out a little bit, so I had to make a notch, and I already cut it. And I removed that. So now this will sit on what do you call that thing? The tongue, I guess. Say it sits on the tongue. Look at that. Okay, So that's going to go there. I need to point out the next step here. I can't use the hinge on this because I have to have decking on top, and so the decking would pinch that. So I have to screw the first piece of decking on like that, and then the hinge will go to that. That way this bottom 2x4 and the deck will be hinged here and will come up. I wanted to space it out away from the wall because there's going to be battens on here, and so that would be an issue. So it's been a little bit of figuring out here as we go. So now I'm going to screw this to the 2x4 before I attach that. So we'll go over on the concrete and do that. Kaya is going to coach me through this. Is this good, Kaya? You like that? You like that? These are Power Pro premium wood screws, flathead exterior. Right, Kaya? You go along with it? I guess this is all I had. I guess they're big enough. 4-inch. Used to say those are long enough to go all the way to China. I don't know if that's politically correct anymore to say that. So I'm not going to. Am I? What are you doing today, Kaya? Anything? How's that? You like that? Okay. So I'll work this in and out. Both of these were pretty straight, but sometimes you just have to kind of work it. I'll do the end one first. That one needs a little flexing. Boy, this grain wants to... The grain keeps angling the screw. Right, Kaya? One more. Let's go try that. Wanna? Okay. Alrighty. Let's see if it fits. By my calculation, I already tried it. If this the top of the hinge is even with this, it's perfect on the other end. So I'm going to go with that. Good. We're going to go a little bit. So the screws that I'll be using here are supposed to be self-tapping, but they're really ornery. Okay, so I'm just putting in a sheetrock screw to start it. Hiya. Hey. He's barking at the mail delivery. There. Okay. Yes, I like that. So once I get the whole deck on, we can tip it up and latch it. It'll be perfect. Okay. Mount that right there. There. All right. So that has a little over 2 inches clearance through here. The battens are only 3/4 of an inch, and the trim on the door will be 3/4, and the corners. So we're good. That sits good and solid on the hitch here. So now I'm going to run a 2x4 out here, and I'm going to run it all the way as tight as I can to this because I want to. Well, it's going to be 4 pieces of 5/4. So wherever that takes me, actually, there'll be a slight space. I think it'll average close to 6, so it'll be close to 24 inches, which will put us about 2 inches away from this. That's great. It is going to have a bit of an industrial look because the hinges will be exposed. There's just no way around that I know, and I like that. It's going to be interesting to see. I don't think the weight will be much because it's only 3 more of these, and I'm going to do something to tie that in. I'd like it just free floating. The stove will be over here, up here on a stand of some sort. I cut this 2x4. This should be the perfect length for the final board. It'll be flush with that. I cut a little 45 here to clear these bolts. So now I'm going to screw that down. That's pretty light right now. I like that. It sits on this hitch really well, so that'll be good and strong. Hey, let's put another one on. It's a 1/2 inch gap. I crowned all of these boards like this. Typically will be crowned one way or the other, so I crown them up so the water will shed off. And one more. I think this one, I'll put a 45-degree angle on each end. It's turned out to be a beautiful summer day. Late August. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. All right. I'm curious how heavy that is. Not heavy at all. Great. Okay. So now I'll get some support out here. I've made the stair stringers, cut them to length. I just did, they're going to just set, they're not like regular house stairs where it's fixed. This is it. If the ground falls away more, it may be a steeper step, maybe a little less, but it'll be pretty close to that. So I've made equal marks for the stair treads based on ground 1, 2, 3. So it should be a nice even step going up through there. So I'm going to go into the shop and notch these out. I have the other stringer made. They're going to be about 16 inches wide, which is plenty. So we'll go in and we'll do that. What I did was set my saw blade at 3/4 of an inch, and I'm just going to run back and forth and back and forth. Making slices across. Safety glasses, earmuffs. Here we go. I have a scrap piece here. Good. And then we're going to screw from the back side, and that'll be nice and tight. Good. And now this one is, so this is like the left side, this is the right side. So the angles go the opposite way. Yes. Yes. All right, let's go put it together. Ah, we'll put it together right here. Good idea. I'm going to clamp these together. That looks pretty doggone good. Now see, it's pretty hard to, it's like threading a needle to get these straight through there. Okay. There we go. I'm going to add some more smaller screws on the side, each side, just for strength. Let's go ahead and look and see how it looks. So it's intended to go like this. This T-strap will mount on top of here, on top like that, and underneath like that. I'm going to have to lag bolt or bolt that in. But anyway, let's check. So if I bring it flush to there, the bottom rise is 9.5, 9.25, 9.25, which kind of makes sense. The bottom, it's going to fluctuate a little bit depending on the lay of the ground, and it's such that it can go down. The angle can change pretty easily, and it'll still be a comfortable step. So now we'll look at securing it to the deck. Well, so there, I got the stairs put on. I'm not satisfied with them totally. I think I may do something different with these hinges, but it works. And the one thing I did notice, well, let's put it up and see. It's not that heavy, and we've got over a foot clearance there. If that drags, we've got a serious bottom out problem. It's not heavy terribly to lift, so you just pull these out as you go down, and it has some flexibility to it. I can't wait to get a cook stove, cook some stuff, cook some I don't know what. Then we can go inside. I think it works pretty good. So one thing I did notice is there's quite a bit of movement over here. Probably you saw that too. I think we're going to run some sort of a chain arrangement up on both sides, and that will secure that and take care of it. Thanks for watching. Got this done. On to the next stuff. Have a great day. Please subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, hit the like button, make a comment, and tap the bell and share it with others. Okay, thanks again for watching. See you later. Kaya, you ready to go home?